Mark Smidt.
Thank you, Bauke. Good evening. Good afternoon still. 5 years ago, colleagues asked me, why are you responsible for innovation? You haven't invented anything. And to be honest, they were right. I'd been responsible for new business at an IT company for a year. And indeed, the only track record I built was realize one solution. And that one wasn't even invented by me. So they asked exactly the right question. And I searched and found the reason. I started my new job full of drive. And I felt the responsibility that from now on, I had to come with the coolest and most successful new stuff. And I searched my inspiration outside the company. I went to innovation lunches and inspiration deep dives. And at the same time, my colleagues saw the opportunities. By simply doing their work, by simply talking to customers, they knew exactly what we needed. And it was then that I developed a strange curiosity. It is a strange curiosity for long forgotten and carefully hidden, but always present, ID boxes. In the beginning, only to talk right what I was doing wrong. Because to me, these boxes were the symbol that I was not the only one overlooking an obvious source of inspiration. Because usually, I find these boxes carefully preserved. So I started to open these boxes, and here I am, a couple of boxes down the road, and I left my innovation job, which, looking from my track record, seemed like a good idea anyway. I quit my innovation job because this was more than a lesson learned to me. It changed my life. And today, I live my passion. I live to realize ideas of employees. And coming from there, tonight I want to give you 4 simple steps. 4 simple steps that I use to realize ideas. Because tonight we will all be going home full of ideas, full of inspiration. We will be flying all weekend, and Monday, real life starts again. I don't know how it is in your life, but in my hectic life, the point that I start executing ideas tends to be pushed forward in time. So that's why. 4 simple steps. And actually, they're already up here. The first one is interact, with 2 meanings. First, interact with yourself. I want to ask you to write down all ideas, tonight and ever from now on. Because when the moment comes that you do take a step back in hectic time, you can read them again. And that reloads the passion you had when the idea struck you. And the second meaning is interact with others. Because from one idea comes the other, and those build up to great ideas. Great ideas that come from the heart. And usually there are too many ideas to execute them all at once. So we need our heads to decide which one truly makes the difference. And to help us out there, gladly, there's a simple sentence. Show me the money. I know that doesn't sound very enlightening, but imagine being a manager. Would you step out of bed early in the morning to change white toilet seats to black? I know a cleaner. He works at an elderly home. And he experienced, in a way we don't want to imagine ourselves, that older people do not recognize white toilets as being a toilet. So changing the design white seats to the traditional blacks saves cleaning costs. Money that's now been flushed into the toilet. And it improves quality of life for the people who live there. They don't have to be ashamed anymore to go to the toilet. And for the people that work there. They go to work with a smile again. So no manager gets out of bed for the toilet seats, but every manager gets out of bed to get these results. Make the results of your idea tangible. That makes it possible to decide which one do I want to start with. And still, a lot of ideas end up on bucket lists. Execution is everything. That's what makes the results. So the execution makes the results. Only then the ideas will contribute to both what's good for the company, save the money from being flushed, and passion at work. Go to your work with a smile. And that's why sometimes management teams seem to overdo the what's good for the company. And I also know employees who overdo sometimes the passion for me thing. And of course, these two have to work together. And that's why improvement from inside the box is so valuable. I want to give you an example. Only last week, actually, I went to a presentation of an idea brought to life. It was an idea coming from people working in an open office. The management saw a lot of noise, a lot of football discussions in productivity. The employees saw that's the way we always work, so we want to keep it. And both indeed wanted to keep the strong things of the open office. Close collaboration, easy communication. So they asked a consultant. He looked at all the requirements and he came up with the idea for a complete redesign of the office. But no time, no money, so nothing changed. So they decided to cut the large solution into pieces. Management brought their helicopter view, the employees brought their operations view. And today, with a couple of practical changes, they already gained 60% of the result that they would have had with the complete redesign. Against not even 5% of the cost. Why I know these figures? Because it's the last step, the assessment. Has it ever occurred to you that whenever you're telling a great story, there's always somebody asking the show me the money question? Well, I want to tell great stories, but so when I get that question, it sometimes frustrates me. And at the time that my frustration level was high enough, somebody told me, Mark, why are you frustrated? You know the question is going to come. So why aren't you prepared? He had a point there. So from that moment on, I had my figures in place. And you know what? From great stories come great listeners. From great results come new ideas. Oh, if you've already achieved this, then why don't we try, bling, new idea? And that's what builds the success. Because those new ideas in itself have their own value again. Think of where you work. How often do you have a good idea? Or how often do you discuss good ideas over lunchtime? From now on, every time you hear yourself say, that's a good idea, you know. The result is only 4 simple steps away. Thank you.